Right, bro, you may have noticed that some of my thumbnails, at the time recording this video, it is January the 17th. This is going to drop in February, so next month. But at the time recording this video, I've used a couple of thumbnails specifically for my semen retention or cold approaching videos that have girls in the thumbnail, right? Now, some of these are quite revealing images, okay? You can clearly see quite a lot, if you know what I mean. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, I was getting a couple of comments from guys saying, you shouldn't use these kind of thumbnails because some guys might get triggered by it and they might relapse. So they're all spazzing out in the comments saying that I shouldn't use these thumbnails because some guys are going to see this and because they're addicted, they're going to go and relapse. Now, you can probably understand how I felt about that comment. If you know me personally, you know how just foolish these comments are. They're so stupid. And I'm not saying this to insult the people that said them, but really just think about this for a second, bro. If I put a seductive thumbnail here, for example, okay, on this video, and you're scrolling down your phone and you see that, and it triggers your arousal. Obviously, you get aroused by it, you're a man, okay? You're going to see a sexy image of a female. You're going to get aroused, okay, cool. Is that the problem, though? No. The problem is you have no control over your sexual energy. You have no control over your fucking addiction. You have no control over what you do with that sexual energy that has just been built up in the form of arousal, okay? That's the problem. It's not me using the fucking thumbnails. And again, this is not some sort of cop-out video. It's not some sort of video where I'm like, oh, well, look, guys, it's not my fault. It's all you. I'm not blaming it. I'm not passing the blame. But really, just think about this. Don't you want to be the man? I'm sure we can both agree. I would rather be the man that has complete control over his sexual energy to the point where he can see revealing girls on the internet and not do anything about it. Yeah, obviously, naturally, he's going to get aroused because that's normal. You're a grown man. Okay, you're going to get aroused by sexual images of women, okay, unless you're gay. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, the problem arises, however, when you have no control over that sexual energy. So you get aroused, and then because you're a fucking loser, you just sit there and wank yourself off. That's the problem. So, again, it's not a cop-out. I want you to understand that the men that I'm trying to build you up to be, I'm trying to show you that you have this capability inside of you. You have all of this potential inside of you. But when you have this stupid pussy mindset of like, oh, well, if I see pixels on a screen, I'm going to have to go and wank. What the fuck, man? Seriously, just get a grip of yourself. The amount of times I've scrolled down YouTube and I've seen, a video of the guy doing the same things that I do, using sexual thumbnails. Oh, she looks fit. She's got her arse out or her tits out or something, right? Not to be vulgar, but that's what I see. Obviously, I would be lying to you if this didn't happen. I'd scrolling down, oh, she's fit. The split second that I see that image, I'll get an arousal. Okay, I'll feel aroused. I'll feel, oh, she's fucking fit, bro. But because I am a grown man, I can control my fucking hands. I can control what I do with my mind, my energy. I don't have to sit there and wank over a fucking thumbnail on YouTube, some pixels on a screen. Because I'm a grown man. It really is as simple as that. Like, if you have such little control over yourself that if me putting a thumbnail of a sexy girl on the screen forces you to go and touch yourself, you literally just get off the internet. What are you doing on the internet? Get off the internet. You've got some meditating to do, bro. If you've got you've got to sort yourself out. That's just embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. And you know this. You know it's embarrassing. Rather than taking personal accountability over your situation, thinking, I am so weak-minded, I have such little willpower and such little control over my sexual energy that if I see Luke's thumbnail and he's put a sexy girl in the thumbnail, I have to go and touch myself. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm saying this with love. Genuinely, this is just tough love. I want you to be the kind of man that can see these things and just keep scrolling. But all right, cool. Let me just go and transmute the energy, go out and do some push-ups or some shit. It's not hard. You cannot go through your life hiding from women because, oh, she might turn me on and I'm going to go home and have to wank. Oh, my God. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? If you're in the gym and you see a sexy girl walk past and she's, got some leggings on or some shit and you can see everything, it's quite revealing. What are you going to do? You're going to see her for a split second. Oh, I'm aroused now. Oh, well, I'm going to have to go home and have a wank. And, like, bro, control yourself. You're supposed to be a grown man. You're not a little boy. You're not a little child. Oh, my God, I'm going to explode. Fucking get a grip of yourself, mate. They are pixels on a screen. And I'm trying to train you to learn how to control your sexual energy. So, in response to those comments saying, you've got to respect the addiction, oh, why would you do this? You're really testing me here. That's exactly what I want to do. And the fact that you are respecting the fucking addiction is exactly why you're still addicted. Again, self-image is very important. Stop seeing yourself as the guy that's addicted. Stop seeing yourself as the guy that has no control over his urges. See yourself as the guy that's instead doesn't masturbate, doesn't watch porn, doesn't self-pleasure, because it's pointless. It's such a waste of time. Why would you do that? Okay? That's how I want you to see yourself. Self-image is very important. You cannot hide away from the world. You cannot walk through the world and hide away from females because, oh, I'm on day 90 of nofap, or I'm trying not to touch myself. Just get a grip of yourself. That is the key point you're trying to reach anyway. To the point where, okay, I can see a sexy girl in the gym and think, well, yeah, she turns me on. Yeah, I feel aroused. Am I going to go home and touch myself? No, because I've got shit to do. It's a waste of time. I'd much rather instead want to be the kind of man that can see a girl like that and think, oh, I want to fuck her. Cool, let me go and talk to her then. That's how I want you to be. And again, I'm not trying to tell you who you should be, but if we could both agree, there's two men. One man has no control over himself. He sees some pixels on a screen and he has to go and touch himself. The other man has complete control over himself. He sees a sexy girl in the gym and he just goes over and talks to her. And he ends up fucking the girl. If he's on semen retention, cool. He just doesn't release. Whatever, right? You must have complete, utter control over your entire mind and your entire body. This is what I try and preach to you guys. So I say to you guys, get off social media because it takes this shit away from you. Okay, and if you are on YouTube and you're watching my videos and you scroll down and I use a sexy thumbnail or whatever and it triggers you and you go, oh, well, oh my God, and it makes you think back into your porn mindset and you have to go and touch yourself, you've clearly got work to do then, don't you? Because if you didn't, if you were the kind of man that has mastered nofap or you had complete control over your sexual energy, you wouldn't need to go and touch yourself because you saw a sexy girl. Do you want to really be the kind of boy that, in real life, for example, let's just use a real life situation. You're at a bar, you're out with your friends, and a sexy girl comes up to you. She's dressed in quite revealing clothing, and she's quite intimidating to you because you have no control over yourself. She comes up to you, and, oh my God, I'm going to have to go. You make up some stupid excuse, and you just leave because, oh, well, I'm going to explode, or I'm going to have to go and touch myself later if you keep doing this. It's just embarrassing, it really is. And I'm sorry to say, but me and my mate just laugh at you guys that say this kind of shit. And I know you're probably quite young, but, oh, respect the addiction. Stop using these thumbnails. What the fuck is wrong with you? Control yourself. It's nothing to do with me. Stop pushing your personal responsibility onto me. It's my fault because I'm using the thumbnails. No, it's not. You cannot go through the world and hide away from women. Women are everywhere. When you step outside your house and you stop sitting on your phone, you'll see that. Some of these women might be wearing quite revealing clothing. They might trigger you. If you have no control over yourself, you're going to go home and just masturbate. You have to prepare. You have to literally train your brain to be like, okay, every time I get aroused, cool, let me transmute the sexual energy. Let me go and do something with it. It's just extra energy. It's what I try and teach you guys in my videos. Fucking watch them and pay attention. Coaching's down below. Come and talk to me. And I'll teach you how to transmute your sexual energy properly so that when you do see my sexy thumbnails on YouTube, or you do see a girl wearing revealing clothing in real life in the bar or whatever, in the gym, you know how to transmute your sexual energy and use it to your advantage. You don't have such little control that where, oh, I've seen a sexy girl today in the gym, well, I'm going to have to go home and have a wank tonight. It just really is embarrassing. So that's all I have to say is stop crying about the fucking thumbnails, get a grip of yourself, and my main goal is for you to be the superior man that has complete control over himself. Because if you don't, then you can be easily manipulated. And that's exactly what I can do. How are you letting me manipulate you through your sexual urges? How are you allowing me to do that? Get a fucking grip of yourself. No one can manipulate me. No one can capitalize on my emotional or energetic weaknesses because I have complete control over myself. No one can insult me. No one can target my weaknesses or insecurities because I'm so brutally honest with who I am as an individual. I know where they lie. If I'm weak in that area where I'm scrolling down a screen and pixels turn me on and I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to have to go touch myself, then that's a weakness I need to work on. So fucking get to work. Learn how to transmute your sexual energy. Learn how to control it. You have control over your fucking hands. You don't have to do that. Learn how to control your mind, the excuses that your mind tells you before you relapse. Learn how to control all of this shit. And this is what I teach you guys in my coaching and on fucking YouTube for free. What are you crying about, bro? Get a grip of yourself. You're a grown man. So no, I'm not going to stop using the thumbnails. If you don't like it, unsubscribe and fuck off. Because that's the reality of the world. If you step outside your house and you go to the gym today, there might be a girl in there that's wearing revealing clothing. It's going to trigger you. You're going to get aroused, whether you like it or fucking not. That's part of being a man, okay? What you do with that energy is very important. If you waste it by yourself, then you're just a dickhead, aren't you? You should be using that energy to make yourself the kind of man that can attract real-life women. Whether that's a high-quality girlfriend that you're looking for, whether that's multiple women, whatever phase you're into, I don't care, bruv. The point is, stop touching yourself and go and fuck some real girls instead. That's it. Understood? Stop wasting my fucking time. The thumbnails are staying whether you like it or not, so you can either fuck off and stop crying about it, or you learn to control yourself. It's as simple as that. I want you to be the best man you can be, and hiding away from girls is not how you're going to do that. Hiding away from pixels on a screen because, oh, they turn me on, that's not going to do that. Control yourself. Learn how to control yourself. I've made videos on it. Coaches down below. I'll see you soon. Stay safe. Look after yourself. Bow.